Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. You are the artist of your life. Don't give the paintbrush to anyone else. Study hard, work hard to get the good result. We will get to know today how to get good grades in 10 easy steps. Study. The act of texting, eating, and watching TV with an open textbook nearby. So, you should keep textbook nearby in your range whenever you are studying, whenever you are eating, whenever you are watching TV at the same time. Check what kind of a student you are. Step 1. Believe in yourself. To succeed, we must first believe that we can. Take a minute and on the sheet provided, create a chart like the one below. List the courses you are currently taking. Then in the grade column, write down the highest grade you think you can earn in each course. Think of these grades as your goals. For example, for maths, you are expecting to get 75% grade. And likewise, you can write English 85%, Park Studies 50% or 80%. Likewise, you can set your goals by keeping in your mind the grades you are expecting to get. Step 2. Be organized. If you are organized, you have what you need when you need it. This section will give you a number of ideas on how to be organized. Of course, you must determine what's going to work best for you. Use a student planner. Take a student planner with you to every class and record each assignment under the date it is given. Also write down the date each assignment is due. Use your planner to also keep track of test dates and activities. Like this. Okay. Break down assignments. Large assignments are much easier to do if you break them down into smaller parts. For example, if you have an English paper that's due at the end of the week, you could give yourself these 4 assignments. Monday, do research. Tuesday, do outline. Wednesday, write rough draft. Or Thursday, finish paper. Writing these kinds of smaller assignments in your planner will help you do your big assignments over a period of time, not at the last minute. Use 3-ring binders for class notes. Binders work well because handouts can easily be inserted. And if you do miss a class, you can copy someone else's notes and insert them where they belong. If you purchase a 3-hole punch and keep it in your notebook, you can punch your handouts in class and put them in your notebook as soon as you get them. Use folders for schoolwork. Have a different colored pocket folder for each class. When a folder starts to get full, take the returned papers out and put them in a safe place at home. Have phone numbers for classmates and use your student portal. Make sure that you have a phone number for at least one person in each class. If you are absent or have a question about any assignment, you will then have someone to call or text. Touch base with your teacher. Do you know how to use your student portal? You can go to this website and learn. Keep your locker and backpack neat. Never stick loose or folded papers inside books, your backpack, or your locker. Always put them in the correct folder or notebook. Keeping your locker and backpack neat, clean, and organized makes it much easier to locate materials. Get organized before you go to bed. Stickies saves the day. Each night, put completed homework in the right folders and get everything organized for the next day. If there is something you need to remember to do in the morning, leave yourself a note so that you don't forget it. Step 2. Be organized. So let's revise it. Use a student planner. Break down assignments. Use 3-ring binders for class notes. Use folders for schoolwork. Have phone number for classmates. Use your student portal. Keep your locker and backpack neat. Get organized before you go to bed. Step 3. Manage your time well. With good time management, you have time for the things you need to do and still have time for the things you want to do. You use free class time and study time to start on homework, ask questions, or get help. Create your own student plan. Some students study best at night, others study better earlier in the day. Many students also have sports activities or other responsibilities they need to work around. At the end of each day, figure out how much time you have available, look at how much homework you have, and then develop a study plan. To keep yourself organized and on track, have a study plan in mind before you get home from school each day. Prepare for disruption. Disruption means obstacles. Identify anything that could interrupt or ruin your study plan. Then figure out how to eliminate or avoid it. For example, I used to get interrupted by phone calls. Now I tell my friends not to call until 9. I just make sure that my homework's done by then. Kate. I can't stand watching TV until I have all my homework done. If I turn on the TV, my homework probably won't get done. Joanne says. Step 3. Manage your time well. Use class time and study time. Create your own study plan. Prepare for disruptions. Step 4. Be successful in class. If you allow the advice in this section, you will enjoy school more and you will get better grades. Be in school on time every day. When you miss school, you miss class, presentations, notes, discussions, assignments, quizzes, and tests. It doesn't matter how good you are about making up your work, you can never make up all of what you miss. Even if you are out of school for only one day, to get good grades, you must be in school every day. Unless you have an extended illness or a serious health problem, you should miss no more than a few days of school a year. Learn how to adapt to different teachers. In the classrooms, the teachers are in charge and they make the rules. You might have one teacher who counts you late if you are not in your seat when the bell rings, and another teacher who considers you on time if you have one foot inside the door. It doesn't matter whether or not you agree with the first teacher's rule. It only matters that you are in your seat when the bell rings. Part of your education is to learn how to adapt to different sets of rules, personalities, and teaching styles. It's really important to know your teachers and to know what they want. Do they give points for participation? Or are they strict about rules? Do they grade homework? Brad says, be prepared for each class. Have everything you need with you when you go to class: books, papers, pencils, and also have all your homework done. When you have done your homework, you get more out of class. The material being taught make more sense and you can participate in discussions. If you haven't done your homework, you may not even understand what your teacher is talking about. Being prepared also means that you come to class well rested and ready to learn. Lame excuses which students give to the teachers: I couldn't do my homework because my computer has a virus and so do all my pencils and pens. Seating plan. It is easier to pay attention and stay involved when you sit away from distractions. If you have a problem paying attention, ask your teacher if you can sit close to the front. So this is not a big problem, you can change your seat. Be aware of your body language. Teachers see everything. They know who is paying attention, who is taking notes, who is listening to the class discussion. They also know who is doing homework for another class, writing personal notes, daydreaming, and napping. Teacher notices it. Always do your homework. Don't look at homework as something you should do. Think of it as something you must do, since a large portion of your grade is usually based on homework. Your grades drops every time you miss an assignment. Always complete your homework on time. Be a good member. Whenever you are involved in a group project, do the following. Number 1, do your share of the work and do it well. Number 2, try to be open to new ideas. Number 3, support the other members in your group. Participate in class. Participating in class makes the class more interesting. It also helps keep your mind focused. Ask and answer questions and get involved in class discussion. Many teachers give participation points, so participating can also help you get a better grade. Treat others with respect. Teachers and classmates the same way. Treat your teachers and classmates in the same way that you want to be treated. Everyone wants respect, so give respect to get respect. Involve your parents. When your parents ask when you did in school, tell them something about your day. Ask for help if you need it. If you have a problem in school, ask your parents to help you resolve it. Remind your parents about the parent portal. Take responsibility for your grades. Be proud of your accomplishments. Don't make excuse for poor grades. Figure out why your grades are low and do something about it. Always do your own work. Let's review step 4. Be successful in class. Number 1, be in school on time every day. Learn how to adapt to different teachers. Be prepared for each class. Sit in front of the class if possible. Be aware of your body language. Always do your homework. Be a good group member. Participate in class. Treat others with respect. Involve your parents. Take responsibilities for your grades. Step 5. Take good notes. Tests usually cover materials that's been presented in class. It is therefore important to have good notes from which to study. Be active listener. What's the difference between being a passive listener and an active listener? When you are actively listening in class, you aren't just hearing the words the teacher is saying, you are also thinking about and trying to understand the information that's being presented. Take notes to help you pay attention. This is one of the reasons that your mind sometimes wanders when you are listening in class. When you take notes, however, your mind has something additional to do and you don't have time to think about anything else. Taking notes, therefore, helps you stay focused. Recognize important information. Hear a change in your teacher's voice. Anything your teacher writes on the board, highlight, star, or underline, etc. So, always highlight important information. Take notes that are easy to read. Put the name of the class, the date, and the page number at the top of each page of notes. Put the subject of your notes at the top of the page. Skip lines between topics and only use one side of the paper. Use symbols and abbreviations whenever possible. For example, equal is equal to, W with, because, less than, resulting in, within, especially, ESP, most importantly, star. Leave a wide margin for keywords. Go over your notes as soon as possible. While the information is still fresh in your mind, take 5 minutes to go over your notes. Read anything that's confusing. Redo anything that is confusing. Fill in the spaces and make sure that you have all your keywords written in the left hand margins. Get copies of class notes if you are absent. If you miss a class, it is your responsibility to ask your teacher about assignments, handouts, etc. It is also your responsibility to make up any work that you have missed. So take notes as soon as possible. Step 5. Let us revise it. Be an active listener. Take notes to help you pay attention. Recognize important information. Take notes that are easy to read. Go over your notes as soon as possible. Get copies of class notes if you are absent. Step 6. Step 6. Know how to read a textbook. Textbook authors have already done the work for you. How? Scan, read, review. Scan gives a quick review of the material. Read the title, subtitle, and everything bold and in italics. Read for purpose. When you do, your comprehension improves and it's easier to stay focused. For example, turn all bold-faced subtitles into questions. As you read throughout the section, try to answer your question. Review. Taking a few minutes for review will make a huge difference in what you are able to remember later. Step 6. Review. Know how to read a book. Scan by reading subtitles, words in bold and italic print, summaries, charts, and review questions. Read with a purpose. Review by scanning the material to check your comprehension. Step 7. Study smart. Students who study smart find that they spend less time studying and yet they get better grades. Really? Find a good place to study. It doesn't matter where you study as long as you have a good surface to write on. It's well lit and it's comfortable. Some people like to study with music and some people do not. If you do, keep it soft. Get started. This is the hardest part of studying. Don't put it off until later, don't make excuses, and don't wait until you are in the mood. If you have a hard time getting started, begin with something simple or a subject you like. Know your learning style. We all learn differently. Study learn 10% of what they read, 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear, 70% of what is discussed with others, 80% of what they experience personally, and 95% of what they teach to someone else. So, visual, see it. Auditory, to hear. Kinesthetic, do it. Organize your study time. Make a plan. Prioritize your work. If it gets overwhelming, break it down. Always allow more time than you think you will need. If you have something to memorize, do that first, then go over it again at the end of your study session. Do difficult assignment first while you are still alert and fresh. Alternate types of work, read English, do maths, read history, take break. Know how to study for tests. Know what the test will cover. Pay really close attention the day before a test. Have all the reading done ahead of time. Complete textbook review questions. Pay attention to bold and italicized words in your text. Study review sheets. Use the review sheet to make up questions. Ask yourself. Explain things in your own words. Teach it to yourself. Review often and review out loud. Review is the key to learning anything. It moves information from your short term memory to your long term memory. Write down any names, dates, formulas, facts on index cards. Use your tricks to help you memorize informations. So what are those tricks? Let's see. Use flashcards. Write down what you want to memorize and stare at it. Go over information that you want to memorize. Write you before you go to sleep. Use acronyms. For example, Holmes. Use the first letter of a word to create a silly rhyme. For example, my very elegant mother juggled 7 ugly neckties. Look for connections. Group or categories. Use crazy pictures or images. Know how to write a paper? Spread it out over as much time as possible. Follow an outline. For example, choose a topic. Number 2, gather information. Make an outline. Write a draft. Read your paper out loud. Think of ways to improve your paper and then rewrite it. Have someone else read it. Write the final draft. Check for spelling and grammatical errors. Make sure that your paper looks neat and clean and had it on time. Use tricks when making a presentation or speech. Use props whenever possible. Pretend that you are telling your best friend something really important. Make eye contact. Have good computer skills. Let us review step 7. Study smart. Find a good place to study. Get started, don't stop. Know your learning style. Organize your study time. Know how to study for tests. Use tricks to help you memorize information. Know how to write a paper. Use tricks when making a presentation or speech. Have good computer skills. Step 8. Use test taking strategies. Get off to a good start. Have everything you need. As soon as you get your test, write down anything that you want to remember. Facts, dates, formulas, etc. Read the directions carefully. Develop a plan. Before you begin answering question, quickly look over the entire test and develop a plan. For example, if a 1-hour test has 25 MCQs and 2 essay questions, you could plan to spend 10 minutes on the MCQ questions, 20 minutes on each essay question, and 10 minutes checking it over. Mark the questions you want to return to. As you go through the test, put a mark or dot by a question you are unsure of. After you have gone through all the questions, go back to the ones that you have marked and try them again. Don't spend a lot of time on difficult questions and don't panic. If you don't know the answers to the first few questions, sometimes it takes a few minutes for your brain to get in gear. Increase your odds on multiple choice questions. As you read through a MCQ question, try to come up with an answer before you look at your choices. If you are unsure of an answer, eliminate the choices you know are incorrect by crossing them out. Then make an educated guess. If 2 of the choices are similar or opposite, one of them is probably the correct answer. Read all of the answer choices. At least a couple of the answers will probably sound like they could be correct. Don't be tempted to mark the first answer that sounds good. Choose the correct form of the verb in brackets. He is very happy in Canada. He lived in Canada since 1994. So he has lived in Canada since 1994 will be the correct answer, the B option. Look for keywords in true or false questions. Statement with always, never, look, every, all and none in them are usually false. Statements with usually, often, sometimes, most and many in them are usually true. Read true or false questions very carefully. One word will often determine whether a statement is true or false. This is example. Now how to approach essay questions. Read each question and then start with the easiest one. Note how many points each essay is worth and adjust the time you spend on each question accordingly. Before you do any writing, brainstorm, jot down the keywords, ideas, and you want to cover in your answer. If you have time, organize your ideas into quick outline. Begin writing. Use clear, concise, complete sentences and write neatly. Remember the rules for writing an essay that you learned in English class. If you don't know the answer to an essay question, take a couple of minutes to write down something you do know about the subject. Partial credit it better than nothing. Be prepared for open book tests. Use the following tips to help you locate information quickly during an open book test. Highlight your notes. Use stickies or bookmarks to help you locate information quickly. Write down all the information that you know you will need on a separate sheet of paper. Check your answers. If you have time, check all of your answers and even the ones you know are correct. Always use all of the time you are given. Go over all return tests. Go over each question you missed and write it in the correct answer. Use your own test to study for cumulative exams, midterm and finals. Relax. Be relaxed. Review. Step 8. Use test taking strategies. Get off to a good start. Develop a plan. Mark the questions you want to return to. Increase your odds on MCQ questions. Look for keywords in true-false questions. Know how to approach easy question or essay questions. Improve your math test scores. Be prepared for open book tests. Check your answer. Go over all return tests. Step 9. Reduce test anxiety. To reduce test anxiety, study enough to feel confident that you know the material. Then try to replace the worry and negative thinking with thoughts that are positive and relaxing. Some of the following suggestions may help you. Start studying early. Cramming increases anxiety. Cramming means learning. Mentally practice going through the test experience. Close your eyes and see yourself confidently walking into the test, answering the questions correctly, and receiving the grades you want. The night before the test, review the material and get a good night's sleep. Walk into the test with your head up and your shoulders back. You act confident, you may just find that you feel more confident. Try these 4 common relaxation techniques. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Then slowly release your breath along with any tension. Do this until you feel your body relax. Start at the top of your head, flexing and then relaxing each part of your body. Close your eyes and visualize warm sunshine washing over you, melting away the tension and relaxing all your muscles. Think of a place where you feel very relaxed and calm. Close your eyes and visualize being in that place. Step 10. Get help when you need it. Don't give up. Never quit. When you have a problem, do something to resolve it. If you are having trouble in a specific subject, talk to your teacher. If you have other personal issues, talk to an adult you trust. I can't believe I funked. I always do so good when I watch game shows. Okay, girls, that was all about how to get good grades, which were covered in 10 steps. Hope you will have understood them. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.